Hi, everybody. This is David Nevins for City Biz, and welcome to our program today. And today, our special guest is, I'm delighted to say, an old friend, but in a new capacity. Our guest is Martha Nathanson, formerly Vice President for Government Relations at the LifeBridge Health System. And she's here, though, to talk about her new job as Executive Director of the Owings Mills Corporate Roundtable. Martha, welcome to our program today.
Well, thank you, David. Happy to be here. Excited.
Yeah, no, we're excited to have you, and hopefully you're also excited about your new job. So I guess I'll just throw it out to you. How did this all happen? I know you were with LifeBridge forever, and you and they were somewhat synonymous in the circle of government relations and friends of the organization. So share with us this new venture and how it came to be.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks. It's really a seamless web, as they say. As you said, I was with LifeBridge Health for 25 years as the VP for Government Relations and Community Development. And part of my job there, because of the interconnectivity between our leaders in government, both in the legislature and in the governmental agencies, and their relationships with our communities and wanting to do the best by our communities and have the most improvement there, especially some of the areas around the LifeBridge Health facilities. I got involved a lot with community development. And as part of that, I was on the board of the Owings Mills Roundtable, Corporate Roundtable, for a couple stints over the past 10 or 15 years, and became very familiar with the organization. Not wholly different, although it is a member organization as opposed to working for a large company, but this is a group of large businesses, the largest in the area. The general requirement for membership is 50 employers or more. So these are truly the large businesses in the area. And looking at the kind of contributions that LifeBridge Health made to our communities and the collaborative relationships we had, I feel like those activities are very transferable. So right before I retired, I was the vice chair of the Owings Mills Corporate Roundtable. Barack Herman from the JCC is chair. And we worked very closely together, working on some governance and structural issues around the organization of the roundtable. And so when the former executive director, who'd been there for close to 10 years, left, it seemed like a really natural transition as I was retiring from LifeBridge. And this is a great retirement position to stay connected with the community. I now myself live in Baltimore County. I was in the city for most of my life. And so I'm excited about getting involved in some of the structural issues in the county. So it seems like a natural.
It sounds very exciting. And of course, as you know, I mean, most people retire to relax or play more golf or sleep later in the morning. It doesn't sound like you're going to do much of any of those things. Tell us a little bit about the goals and objectives of the Owings Mills Corporate Roundtable.
Sure, thanks. Well, just for the record, I do plan to do a lot of those things. I've got a big family, getting bigger by the day and by the year. So I do want to do a lot of those things that you mentioned. And this is a part-time position, which is a perfect arrangement for someone who's just coming off of retirement. That said, I think our goals are really to keep connecting with our communities, and that's sort of an everyday, not all day maybe, but an everyday basis type of job. And I want to make sure that I'm meeting with community members, going to community events. Great time to start a job like this. There's lots of community events, concerts, and meetings and things that are happening in the summer. A good way for us to connect as large businesses. I think my first goal will be to really reintroduce myself to our members and get to know them and find out what their needs are. My job is to support our members in making the best kind of contribution to their customers and to our communities that they can. So, well, I'll do the standard listening type tour for a while and figure out what people need and how we can continue to invest in our communities and give back in ways that the unique ways that large businesses can do that. So I'm excited about that.
And obviously that's what it's all about, of course. Have you been there long enough in, I guess, now two roles, first as a lay leader and now as the employed executive director of the organization. Have you thought about goals and objectives that you'd like to bring to the table in this regard?
Well, yeah, I've been there a week and a half. So you were right. You're right on top of it, guys. A week and a half as the executive director, and had a chance to work as a lay leader on refining and retooling our mission statement. So I just wanted to go over that because it really picks up on everything that we might talk about afterwards. And the mission of the Roundtable is to facilitate a sense of community among the major employers who are significantly invested in the Owings Mills area and the greater Owings Mills area. So that can touch on Pikesville and Randallstown and Reisterstown as well, and those collaborative relationships. And so that part of the job is to make sure that the employers are connected and the employers are working from the same sheet of paper and understanding what the needs of the community are. So communication kind of intra-membership. And then the second part is working collectively to make Owings Mills the premier destination to live, work, and play. And that really speaks to the relationship the employers are going to have had for a long time and will continue to have with their customers or their patients or residents, depending upon what kind of business they're in. We have all kinds of business members. We have developers and financial services and healthcare and education, schools and universities. And service providers like the JCC, where a lot of places where large groups of people gather and create communities. So I think my goal will be to reinforce what I know as a member, and then make sure other members are all on those same pages, and to retool as needed, and then start to make sure that folks in the community know that we're here and that we can make a unique kind of contribution. I would say that one of the most important aspects of our community is the education system, and so that people can get a good education, students can get a good education, and have an opportunity to go to post-secondary school if they want to, some sort of training programs, and to feed into the business community in a productive way, and ensure that as large employers, we can provide that employment opportunity. So I think strengthening our relationships with all of the at different aspects of the educational system is going to be something that we'll start to look at as a contribution. So more than we have.
Sounds like a great deal of fun and frankly a little bit of work too for someone who's going to be attempting to do this on a part-time basis.
Well, I think we'll support our members' activities in these areas. I don't envision us at this point over the next year or two engaging in all new program provision like we did at LifeBridge, for example.
Right.
Certainly to support our members' activities in all of these areas and make sure they have what they need to go out there and do their thing with the communities.
Yeah, Martha, my sense is, tell me if you agree, that after I guess I'll say a few decades, I've been in Baltimore long enough to know that I remember, kind of before Owings Mills was a real place or a thing. And then the Rouse Company, Owings Mills Mall kind of put it on the map, and then all kinds of housing developed around it. But my sense is that Owings Mills in the more recent years has really kind of come into its own as a residential community, as a corporate community, as a shopping destination as well. And now your job is to kind of tie it all together and keep promoting it and make sure it continues to burgeon and grow. Is that accurate?
I think that's really accurate, with one small correction, which I'll get to. But this all started, I think, in the 70s when it was designated as a development area, and really the collaboration between government and business helped to facilitate that and bring in residential to support that business, and bring in, as more people moved in, bring in more businesses to support that. And I think I do stand on the shoulders of the two executive directors and the leadership for the 20, 25 years that the Roundtable's been around. And I get to be the one that comes in and does help tie that together even better. But we're not starting from anew. We've got a lot of history to build up on. But I think you're right. It's Owings Mills is having its moment. There's a lot of energy there. I guess maybe I shouldn't say this, but I live in Pikesville, And I used to, when I lived in the city, I was in Cheswold, and I used to say, oh, when I go to Owings Mills, I feel like I'm going to Pennsylvania. It felt like it was really far, but in the past 10 or 15 years, it's just feels like it's right next door, and they're connected. And where does Pikesville stop and Owings Mills start and Reisterstown stop and start? I think we can, and Randallstown is an immediate west neighbor. They're doing a lot of redevelopment. There's a new organization there doing redevelopment in the Randallstown area. And I think there's great opportunities for us to collaborate with all of those structures that have been put in place by current and former administrations in the government and in the business community.
Yeah, so I mean that's my sense as well, and of course your former employer, Lifebridge Health System, had quite a bit to do with that as well. But as you noted, you have the JCC, other major employers. I'm a frequent visitor to the Costco there, so I give them a shout out as many people are, and you have new restaurants, and it's again, I think, really coming into its own, and hopefully can only grow from here. Martha, share with us, how does someone or someone's business, I guess, because you are the corporate roundtable after all, how do they get involved with the Owings Mills Corporate Roundtable, and how can they help you out and learn more and participate as well?
Well, you've got the energy and the newness of the newbie in town here. So I'm ready to roll and talk to anyone who's interested in learning more about us and potentially becoming a member. Our meetings, our general meetings, are open. So if you're interested in attending one of them, our email address is OMC Roundtable. So there's not two R's in there. It's Owings Mills Corporate and then Roundtable at Gmail. And you can find us on our website, owingsmillscorporateroundtable.com, or just search it, and you'll see who all our members are. Feel free to reach out to me directly or to any of our members, because that's part of what I'm going to be engaged to do, and did also as a lay leader, is develop kind of a buddy system, and for us to follow up with each other, and to serve as finding new members, folks who want to be members, and reaching out to them and continuing to for retention as well. So feel free to reach out, and I welcome you to attend. My first meeting is going to be June 11th. So if anyone hearing this is interested, let me know sooner rather than later, and we'll set a place for you.
That's great, Martha.
That'll be at Maryland Public Television, a wonderful place to see as well. Very.
And actually, you took the words out right out of my mouth, because I was going to say I would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to another very significant member of yours, Maryland Public Television, with their beautiful facility, and probably first and foremost, if you think about it, they are the ones that put Owings Mills on the map from a national perspective.
No question.
Because of course, many of us grew up with and watched in our earlier days Wall Street Week from the MPT studios in Owings Mills, Maryland. So keep it going, Martha. And I visit Owings Mills often, and I hope maybe we can grab lunch at either Linwood's or any of your other new favorite places in Owings Mills.
Absolutely, anytime, David. I'd love it. Thank you so much. Enjoyed speaking with you.
It's been our pleasure, Martha, and good luck with your new role. I know good things are going to happen at the Owings Mills Corporate Roundtable.
Very excited. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This is David Nevins for City Biz. Thank you so much for watching our program today. Good to be with you.